Today we're loading up some 45 Cowboy Special and we're using a Lyman 200gr semi-wad cutter. That's coming up next here on Jesse B Outdoors Reloading. Welcome back everybody, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below if you like videos like this. First off, I'd like to thank Walter at the Behavioral channel for sending these bullets out to the channel. He sent me out these a while ago. I haven't got around to using them yet, and I figured since he's the one that got me into doing Cowboy Special, let's go ahead and get these out and try these in the 45 Cowboy Special. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over the components that we're using here today, then we're going to go over the equipment I'm using, and then we're going to load 25 of these up. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, for components today, we're going to use a discontinued powder today. This is the IMR SR4756. Like I said, this is discontinued, so why am I using it? I actually got this in when I bought my Lead Load All 2 shotgun reloading press. This was part of the deal I got with it. Instead of it just sitting up on the shelf, I figured, man, I might as well use it up. Plus, I know some people like collecting these tins here, so I figured once I got it emptied, maybe somebody would send me a message and I would send this out to them if they wanted it. So let me know in the comments down below. Like I said, we're going to use 6.2 grains of this. Once again, check the disclaimer down in the description below. You have to watch your pressures with 45 Cowboy Special, because a 45 ACP round, which is kind of what this is based off of, has more pressure than a 45 Colt. What I'm doing is a low charge of this. Looking at my data here, this is only 9,300 CUP, so that's going to be well below of what a Colt or a Colt clone can handle. But we're going to be shooting these in my Ruger Blackhawk Bisley. Even though that's a Ruger, you still got to watch it with that. So the next thing we're going to use here is for brass. We are using Starline 45 Cowboy Special brass. Then of course the bullet we're going to be using, like I mentioned earlier, is going to be the Lyman. And this one is the 452-630. Sorry, I got to look at my notes here because I don't know the Lyman bullet molds that good. So I had to look at my notes here. And light these off, we will be using Winchester large pistol primers. Now let's go over what we're going to use for the equipment. Everybody who follows my channel knows this is my favorite Lee press here, and I like doing rounds like this on this kind of press here. We're also going to be using the Lee Safety Prime here. Also, if you follow the channel, you know this is not my favorite priming system, but I like using it to show you guys it on the press because a lot of you guys asked to run it like you would buy it, and that's what we're going to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this off real quick, and we're going to go over the die setup. Now, the first die I got here is going to be a Lee sizing decapping die, but this one's for 45 Colt, because basically the 45 Cowboy Special is just a short 45 Colt. Then we're going to move it over to the next station here. What I'm going to do on this one is the Lee expanding powder through die, and you see I got the funnel in it. We're going to be using my Frankfurt Arsenal IntelliDropper to throw the charges and dump them in on this one. I'm using the shotgun powder here, and my Lee auto drum does not meter it good. It's just got too much fluctuation, so we're going to be using that for the Frankfurt Arsenal auto dropper for our powder charge. Once again, that's a 45 ACP die. Then in the next station here, we got our bullet seating crimping die from Lee. I got it set up to seat the bullet, but not to crimp it. And then we're going to move to the last station here, and I have a RCBS seating crimping die with the seating stem removed, and we're just using this to crimp. Now, I'm using 45 ACP bullets, so we are using a taper crimp on this. In future videos, I'm going to buy a crimp die that could do a roll crimp, and we're going to be doing 45 Colt rounds in these, actual 45 Colt bullets. But for now, I've been playing around with the 45 ACP. Now, is this going to work when we do a future video on my other channel shooting them? They might work, they might not. So far, I haven't had real consistent rounds, and I think it's because of the taper crimp. But let's go ahead and load these up, and we'll figure out in the future if these shoot good. Alright, now we're going to get started here. We're going to do our first round, and I'm going to walk you guys through this like I normally do. We're going to take this up, and we're going to size it. If it had a primer in it, it would be decapping it. Then we're going to put our primer in here. Come down, we're going to seat our primer, we're going to come up and expand it, and what we're doing with the expanding here is we are Also, grabbing our powder charge here from the Frankfurt Arsenal IntelliDropper, we are going to be dropping that in, and then we're going to put that down, and then I'm going to see if my funnel will actually clear my priming system here, because that could be an issue, and it looks like it is. Alright, so now we're going to go to the next station. We're going to put that bullet in, and we're going to seat the bullet, and then we're going to crimp the bullet. And then right here you can see there is our very first round, a Cowboy special with this. So we'll keep on keeping on here. I've had a lot of fun making these videos so far. I haven't come across a good combo yet, but it's been very fun trying to figure one out for these. I think we're going to be doing a lot better once I get my other roll crimping die in. We do this with actual 45 Colt bullets. But since I've got all these bullets in, I figured I would try them out. And everything's looking good on that. And the one thing I like already with this Frankfurt Arsenal IntelliDropper, by the time I even get to the stage where I need it, it's already done, ready for me to pour that charge in. Really like that. Now, for a lot of people who want to save on money, this is a very good setup here with this Lee Classic Turret Press. And now they got the new version out. It might even be cheaper. The price might go down on it. And this is a perfect way to do it. You know, if you guys don't want to buy a powder dropper that goes right on the... Oops, I gotta go back here and prime this. A powder dropper that goes right on the die. Oh, I did have a primer in that. We'll pick that up at the end. But this is a perfect way you can weigh out your charges and trickle them with a regular hand trickler. You don't have to have the electric dropper. But this is a good basic setup for reloading here. I can tell that I already, like I said, this is my favorite Lee press to use. I am liking this IntelliDropper, having this ready for me on the charge. Now, I actually got a comment the other day on one of my videos, and it was somebody saying they appreciate me showing you guys a bunch of different ways to reload. Yes, I do have my own ways I like reloading. Like I said, I usually don't like using this priming system. Oh, we got an overcharge. I normally don't like using this priming system, but I do it for you guys for the videos. I'm going to actually move my can over here and dump it right back in the can. So far, the only thing I've had overcharges on with this IntelliDropper is shotgun powders, because it's big and bulky flake. And I could see that with moving around with the press and everything. I could see that happening. To me, it is no big deal. Now we'll see how quick it gets there. And that time it is dead on again. But yep, that's why I do my videos the way I do. And I got a few different presses, so I get to show you guys a few different ways of doing stuff. Like showing you guys different ways of doing things, because there's no right or wrong way. There's just however you want to do it and you feel comfortable with. And I don't mind showing you guys all the different ways of doing stuff. That's what I always said. The great thing about reloading is you could reload the way you want to. I've had people disagree with me on that, but that's quite alright. They have a right to their opinion. I have a right to mine. But I think this round, I actually got the load data out of the Lyman 200gr Bullet handbook. And I think it was like this charge in there was only like 660 feet per second. And if that's the case, this is going to be a really light shooting load, mostly in my Ruger Blackhawk Bisley, considering how heavy it is. Of course, we're probably going to be up over 700 feet per second because of the 7.5-inch barrel in it. My main concern when messing with these though is staying under the pressure so the guns can handle it. Alright, what I'm going to do on this next one is I'm going to do a couple rounds. People like hearing the press and hearing them work. So, we're going to start this off and we're going to do a few and I'm going to be quiet. See what I did right there? I just made a mess. I forgot to put that up on top. That's what happens when you do stuff that you're not used to doing. That's funny right there. That's alright. I was going to let this one be the last quiet one. Dropped a little bit of powder here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this round in. And then I am going to grab that primer that I dropped and clean this up real quick, and we'll come back and do the last 10. Alright, we're back. I made 2 mistakes there on the last 2. Not only did I forget to raise the ram to drop the powder in, but that last one I forgot to put the primer in. You guys should have told me that, and I bet you're laughing at me. But I leave everything in because, like I said, reloading don't always go perfect, and I show you everything on here. So we are going to go back here and finish up what we were doing here. We still got 12 more to do. We'll get these lined up here. Get the primer in. And of course the priming wants to give me an issue. There we go. Got that in there. Make sure it's up this time. Grab our powder charge. Drop that in there. Now we will put the bullet in here. Do this all over again. Tell you one thing I like too that I bought that I'm using different in this video. I bought this Lyman Stadium holder here. I had the red MTM ones, and those things are huge. And they take up a lot of room on the desk. I hopped on Amazon, and they must be getting rid of these. I paid like $6 for it, and I'm really liking it. And it takes up less room on the desk. I really like it. I had some powder drop, so I'm going to clean that off. That way it don't throw off our powder charge. But yeah, I really like that setup here. Just going to dump that out. Anytime I stop like that, I just like redoing it with the powder charge. That way I know where I'm at. But yeah, that little stadium holder there for the shells, I'm really liking that. This is the second video I've used it in. If you could find them cheap, I'd recommend getting one. To me, for $6, what am I out if I don't like it? Another thing I like about it is with these 45 Cowboy specials, and the MTM red ones I had, they barely stuck up out of it, and they're hard to get a hold of to pull them out. And I have no issues with this Lyman one here grabbing the rounds out of it. Really liking that so far. If you would like me to do a video on that and comparing it to the MTM ones I have, leave a comment down below. We could work something out like that and I could do a video for you. Just something I thought I'd bring up here since we're doing our last 10 rounds here. Except for my screw ups, everything is going nice and easy on here. Like I said, only issue I've ever had with the Lee Classic turret press is the little ratchet system in here that helps spins it. That wears out. And like I said before, you can usually, like when I order from Midway USA or somewhere online, usually they have them and they're just bucking some change for them. So I always order a couple extras just to have. But you can manually turn the turret by hand too also. That don't hurt nothing doing it that way. Actually, a lot of people prefer doing it that way. I like the auto indexing part of it because it makes it go quicker. But like when I was doing ladder tests before I bought my RCBS rock chucker, I would actually pull the indexing rod out and do it just like that. Use it for a single stage. Got some powder dropping again. So one thing you got to be real careful on is how you put that tray back up there so you don't drop the powder. Alright, I do got a powder charge on there. I just want to make sure, like I said, normally I dump it out, but I could tell on these there's not going to be a double charge because the case would be really full. I'm just going to be quiet on the rest of these so you guys can hear it run. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this off of auto mode because this is going to be our last charge. And I don't want to throw in another charge after this. And I didn't get a primer on that one, so I'll be right back and we'll put another primer in it. Alright, what I think was happened was I think I missed one and it fell on the floor. I think that's what happened with that primer. I'm not sure here, but I already got it in the cup here. I took the priming system off. We're going to put this last round in here, and we are going to hope we can get this done right. So now we're going to put the primer in there. Come back up and get our last charge here. I had to get another drop of powder in here for this one. Drop that down in there. Grab our bullet here. Put that on there. Seat the bullet. Crimp the bullet. And there is our last round here of the Lyman semi-wad cutter 200 grain. Very nice. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video here of doing these 200 grain semi-wad cutters here. You got to see me goof up 3 times in this video. Just a setup I'm not used to doing, but I like doing videos different ways to show you guys. And you can tell when you get used to something and then you try to do it, it throws you off. But I just wanted to show you guys another way of loading. Now we got one more 45 ACP bullet one we're going to do in 45 Colt. That's going to be the 230 grain Lee 452 230 truncated cone. That's another bullet I cast up. That'll be the last one that I have for now, rounding out the 45 ACP bullets. So that'll be the next one you see. Don't forget to follow my other channel. The link will be down in the description because we'll be shooting them over there because right now it's snowing outside and I can't get to the range. So when I separate the videos, I put the reloading on here and the shooting on the other channel. So as always, don't forget to check the links out down below. Down there I have links to Axil hearing protection and a bunch of other companies I like dealing with. Some of them got discount codes to save you guys money. Others are affiliate accounts that do help out the channel. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Leave a comment down below. We are One Nation Under God. And I'll see you all on the next one.